Welcome to Drinking with Me. Today we got a little bit of a show off here. Hamm's Special Light. You can get Hamm's, I think, everywhere. It's born in the land of sky blue waters. The Special Light has recently been pretty hard to find because of the aluminum can shortage and COVID. You can only find it like every now and then. So whenever I happen to be at the grocery store, I always look to see if it's available. And if it is, I try to buy as much as I can. It's one of my favorite beers. Also, one of my favorite beers, Yuengling Light. It is a lager style, so a little bit different. Yuengling is not yet available everywhere. In fact, it's not even available here in Nebraska. I actually got this in Arkansas. It's kind of more available in like more of like the eastern side of the United States. I think it's available in like 12 states. But they're supposed to be becoming more available here shortly because they're going to be partnering with, I think it's Molson Coors. They're still going to be their own individual brewery, but they're partnering with at a distribution scale. So I'm really excited to be able to hopefully find this more often. I've had this case for a while now, but I'm down to my last 2 bottles. Really sad about that. So both of them kind of hard to find. Hamm's a little bit more easier to find. Hamm's is big. Competitor is probably Pabst. Pabst used to be a cheap beer, but the hipsters kind of drove the price up on it. Kind of surprised that hipsters haven't really driven the price on Hamm's, but I don't know. Maybe it's still a fishing beer, you know? Cast a line, crack open a can of Hamm's. Nice. Of course, Yuenglings, you know. Same thing. Just crack open one. Well, here we go. So, first we'll open them up. You know, first of all, I gotta give points. The glass bottle. I don't think Hamm's even comes in a bottle. Oh, God, that just smells so good. It has a... Yuengling has like an extra kick. I don't really know how to describe it. It has like a twang of something different. Whereas regular beer like Hamm's, you know, it just kind of has this like steady line smell. This has something else in it. It's hard to describe. Yeah, that's a crisp light beer. You know, a lot of people probably give me crap because it's Hamm's. It's a cheap beer. But Hamm's is a good cheap beer. You know, for being a cheap beer, it's really good. It has a little bit of character, has a little bit of body. I'd take this over Bud any day. I mean, I'd take it over Bud, Busch, definitely Natty. This is just a nice, easygoing beer. You know, this is a great beer in the summer. Get done mowing your lawn, crack open a Hams. Man, nothing better. Yeah. Like I said, this is crisp. It kind of has like the same characteristics as like a Bud or, you know, a Coors, you know, kind of thing. You know, Bud and Coors kind of have different characteristics, but in the long run, in the grand scheme of beers, they're pretty similar. This is kind of like that, but to me, it's better. And for $13.99 for a 30-pack, can't really beat that. Now this is Yuengling Light. Oh. It's creamy. It has so much depth. For what most people... See, I don't know, because I like, you can't get it here. But people usually call this a cheap beer. It's brewed in Pennsylvania. It has so much... It has characteristics that you would normally find in like a craft brew. Fun story about Yuengling. They're actually the oldest brewery in the nation. When FDR, I believe it was, signed to repeal the Prohibition, the day Prohibition ended, they sent truckloads of Yuengling to the White House. Now, Yuengling takes about a month or so, or it takes weeks to brew. So that means that they had been brewing while the Prohibition was still a thing. So, I gotta give it to Yuengling. They're the beer of freedom. Seriously, if Yuengling was more available, and supposedly they're going to be, I would straight out give them a 10. I love this beer. It's not very accessible. It's not easy to find. I gotta take a point off, it's a 9. Hams, however, is more easily available. It's a little bit harder to find because of COVID and the can shortage. It's kind of funny that because of COVID and people staying home, there's an aluminum can shortage. It's almost as if there's nothing better to do than drink. This one's a little bit more available, hard to find because of the can shortage. This one is honestly better, but it's not available to the rest of the states. I can't give them a really good score because, like I said, this one tastes better. You can't find it. This one maybe doesn't taste as good as this, and it's more accessible. Right now, it's kind of hard to find, but I don't know. Because of the situation, I'm going to have to give it a tie. Now, the real tiebreaker, pizza. Both of them are definitely a cold beer pizza. So, which one's better with pizza? Let's find out. Okay. Now let me say, this is Little Caesars Pizza, the cheapest of the cheap. These are supposedly cheap beers. Whatever. By the way, Little Caesars isn't bad when you consider the fact that you can buy a pizza for $5. Yeah, the quality is maybe a little bit lower, but for $5, you can, say for $10, you can feed a family. That's a pretty good deal. With pizza, Yuengling. Yuengling wins. That extra twang. Like I said, that extra twang is hard to describe, but god dang, does it pair with pizza real nice. Mmm. And let me add, this is cold pizza. This has been sitting out for at least 4 hours. This beer, man, it pairs with it. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's good. Well, this has been Drinking with me. Have a drink on me. Bye.